Hey, we're back at you again. The Claywell boys talking about journaling, talking about dreams, talking overall about good mental health. Now, what I'm going to start with is some thinking that I've been doing about how this has been going. First and foremost, I think it's been going very well. I think it's interesting enough to keep your attention if you want it to. I think it's challenging enough to frustrate and confound maybe a little bit, but if you keep at it, you'll keep at it. That's ultimately the goal, is to give you something that gives you enough discipline and enough habit forming in a positive way, um, an objective, so that you can help yourself help yourself. I was talking with a pal of mine, and this is where I wanted to end up here the other day, and two things that were brought to my attention uh, as we had our little discussion, he and I, was that two things that I had learned over the years being in social services and case management and mental health services and so forth didn't even come from those places. It came from some kid at a leadership conference that I met, and he told me what his grandpa said. And two things. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. That sounds silly to say, and it's a lot of alliteration and all that. But if you break it down, it's the truth. It's absolutely the truth. The other one that I like is, what do you think about when you think about what you really want to think about? And so I think that's a call to turn off all the noise that's inside our brains sometimes, all the distraction, all the overthinking, all the worrying, all the everything that is, and just really think about what you want to think about, and use that information to kind of develop a mindset that maybe you haven't had until now. What do you think, Pops?
I think you're onto something. I think we're in the midst of a lot of stress in the country, a lot of negative stress, one way or another, however you want to look at it. And the thing I've thought of is, don't let somebody else put trash in your mind. Don't let other people decide how you're going to be and feel about yourself. Don't let other people's actions dominate what's going on in your head. You put good stuff in there. You put positive thoughts in there. You put positive relationships with your friends and your family in there. You put stuff that's positive about you in your brain. I know there's stuff out there, and you can't help but know it and think about it, but it's out there. And what we want to concentrate is on what's in here. And so that's what's important. That's what's important. What he said, think of the main thing, and the main thing is you.
Mm-hmm.
And so be positive about you, and put aside all the other trash that can come your way, because it'll be gone. It just rolls along, rolls along, rolls along. But we want you to be positive. Now, the thing is, I have discovered that dreams are valuable. It just seems strange to me, and I appreciate it, that we don't know that the world doesn't think that. But it's true. I have done it a million times now, had dreams that tell me positive things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an instinct, it's something we all do. And so I'm going to tell you a couple. Groceries. I'm loading groceries. That's the dream. I'm loading groceries in 2 containers. One is it turns out to be, the message is about my mental health and my happiness with myself and so forth. The other container has to do with the job that I had at the time, doing that right. And you see the difference? What's important to me, but your brain, your mind is working on helping you in all facets of your life. But besides that, here's my mental health and my enjoyment of myself, and over here is this package or this container for my job and the work that I do. Good. Over here is another sack, and in the sack, it turns out, are all the artistic things, the colors, the brightness, the joy that I get from art. Now, when I was younger, I liked art, but I didn't realize it was so important to me. And it turns out that it is very important to me. It's not that I'm an artist of a great sort, but I enjoy art. I enjoy it so much. I'm a member of our local art museum, and it doesn't cost anything. It costs $50 a year. So anyway, it's easy. But anyway, the thing that I had to notice about that though is that they have a membership show, and all of these people with interest in art, like me, they aren't artists, they're accountants, they're engineers, they're linemen, they're city workers, whatever they are, but they have an interest in art. And so they have a membership show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just as interesting and valuable how creative so many people are in that way. So if you have an interest in anything other than your job and so on, good. Work on that. Enjoy that. And you also enjoy your time with your family and yourself. That's the most important part. Now I'm going to hand it back to Jay because I don't want to wear us out too much. Here he is.
Well, what he's talking about it really is community involvement, and community involvement is anything really. I mean,
Yeah.
it's anything other than sitting in front of the television, binge watching, as they say nowadays, some mindless television show. There's nothing wrong with TV. We all watch TV. We all watch movies. We all listen to the ball game or whatever. But to foster yourself, to find what it is that you enjoy, that brings you ultimate mental stimulation and pleasure. Really, I mean, really, to find those things and to amplify them,
Yeah.
to go out and actively pursue them. Not only is Pops a member of the art museum's membership, if you will, but we both belong to a writers group, and we both have an opportunity to participate in monthly poetry readings, monthly open mic storytelling sessions, monthly open mic music things, and they're all one and the same. They're all rolled together, or they're not. It doesn't really matter because we have multiple opportunities to get out there and flex whatever muscles we've built by utilizing tools that improve our mental health anyway. Isn't that something? Not only do you get to make these improvements to and for yourself, but you get to share those stories with other people. And ultimately, that's always been something that's been very important to me because for me, it's not about the keeping of the journal that's keeping me healthy, even though that's what it's doing. It's about letting you know that I can take those journal entries and make them into something beautiful, we'll say,
Yeah.
or valuable in a different way, or whatever the case might be. Because the ultimate goal of the artist is to take the personal and make it universal. I think Neil Peart said that, the drummer for Rush. That with that in mind, that's why I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing. That's why we're doing this. We want to take what's personal to us and make it universal.
Wow. That's the truth. I want you to really believe in this. And that's why I have this. Have a little notebook like that, notepad like this. Put it beside your bed with a pen. And when you wake up in the morning, you write down, I'm standing by a tree. I'm walking a dog, whatever it is. And then you go in later that day, that evening, whatever, some quiet time, close your eyes and step into your dream and speak on behalf of those things. I have other dreams too. I'm at an Ellis elementary school in this dream. You never know what you're going to get. It's like Forrest Gump's box of chocolates. You never know what your dream's going to present. And so in this elementary school dream that I have a box over here, and in it are all the things that I'm interested in. I'm interested in art. I'm interested in being out in the community. I'm interested in friends. All that stuff is in there. And the dream is telling me telling me that's positive, and do those things.
Mhm.
And Jay's mentioned it, the community involvement or giving to the community, good mental health. Get involved with something. Get involved. I don't know what it will be, but whatever interests you, there's other people out there that like the same kind of thing.
Right.
You know, you go up to a local shopping center and you'll see they have a classic car show, and here comes 100 different people with 100 different cars or trucks. And that's their thing. They like that. They're having a great time working on an old Chevrolet.
Mhm.
So,
Exactly.
you know, things that you enjoy, do those things. And good mental health means you care about yourself and you care about others, you care about your community. And that's what this is all about, being in charge of your life. Here's your life, you're in charge of it. Over here's the other guy. Let him be in charge of his life. You
Absolutely.
can't be doing it for him, and they should not do it to you. You might get some information, pass it back and forth, etc., all that stuff.
Right.
But you're in charge of you, and your mind gives you some added attention during the night by giving us dreams.
Mhm.
And holy moly, would you believe that I even wrote a book about it, about my experience, dream therapy. And wouldn't you believe that the guy that did it all is Frederick Pearls, and look up Gestalt psychology on the internet. See all about it. You find it all. And then my third little sign is rushprinting.net. Send away for my little book. You'll I feel kind of silly doing it, but it's fun. This is a good experience. I tell you how to do it. I give several examples of my own life, and it's really a lot of fun. And it's amazing what you get when you get dreams.
Sure. Sure. We talk and we talk and we talk, and we're talking a lot today about art and community involvement and things like that. But don't lose the main point. The main point is doing all of the things that we've suggested over the course of these videos to this point and beyond, you'll see, is what's going to help make sure that you're in a good spot mentally, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually to one degree or another. I'm not a real spiritual guy in terms of religion, but I think the universe talks to us. And I think that that's exactly why I ended up at my friend's shop the other day, talking to him about what we were talking about, keeping the main thing, and what do you think about when you think about what you want to think about, all that stuff. Because it just reminds both of us in that moment to take care of ourselves and to be who we are, to be the best version of ourselves that we can be in that moment. There's no better message than that, really, anywhere. It comes from anywhere, you know? So take advantage of this as an opportunity to learn how to use these coping mechanisms, because ultimately that's what they are. Use them to your benefit, and leave us some commentary about your experiences. You follow us on the YouTube channel that you'll find these. This is at Thunderbird Poet, which is how I started this channel initially. But look that stuff up and keep watching, and we'll keep talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.